Hi, I'm Drew with Angel Water, and today we're going to do Reverse Osmosis Systems 2021. Crazy, right? This is a very hard subject to talk about because there's a lot to cover. And that's because there's a ton of reverse osmosis systems on the market. And there's old ones, there's new ones, there's cheap ones, there's expensive ones. It's like, what does somebody do? And it's very hard to do a good 2021 overview on all of them, but I'm gonna do my best as fast as I can for you. So first off, why do people buy reverse osmosis systems? Well, let's be very clear. Everyone is looking for healthy, clean water. You have a body. It is a huge filter, right? You have an esophagus, you have a stomach, you have an upper and lower intestine, you have a kidney, you have a pancreas, you have a liver, you have all these things that are designed to take what you consume and filter it out. You know, there's a great line that says, if I drink a glass of water, it becomes me within only a couple minutes. If you eat a banana in 4 hours, you are that banana. Think about it. You were a little baby. Look, now how big we are today, right? We are what we consume. So people come to us about drinking water systems, reverse osmosis systems, because they don't want to become trihalomethylenes, hexavalent chromium 6, all these crazy name chemicals. They're like, I want to get that out. And everyone thinks reverse osmosis system is going to do it. Well, I'm here to show you and tell you that's not true. I want you to understand that there are good quality drinking water reverse osmosis systems and there's low quality ones. The higher quality are usually made in America and they're all NSF 58 listed. Follow me, 58. 58 is not just NSF listed because it could be 61, which means the water can touch it and it doesn't leach itself into the water supply. Anything that touches water in your home has to have NSF 61. So manufacturers are deceptive. It's crazy. They're so deceptive. They're like, our reverse osmosis system is NSF certified. Yeah, for 61, not for 58. 58 is for the scary contaminants in your water. So I wanted to make it simple. We want to drink healthy, good, clean water. Why? Because again, your body is basically almost 3/4 water. So you need to drink half your weight in ounces a day. Don't forget, that's something I say about on almost every video. By the way, great time to pause and say, if you like this video, please click like, please share it, please subscribe to our channel. I'd be grateful if you guys do that. Now, when you look at these systems, we have to say to ourselves, are they really worth their money? You know, there's cheap ones and there's expensive ones. Just like there's cars that are cheap and there's ones that are expensive. What's the difference between the two? Aren't they the same thing? Well, they're both basic transportation in a car, but there's safety features. There's value in the more expensive one, as well as there's maybe not the value in the cheap one. It's all up to you though. I don't really care. I do care. I want you to drink good, clean water, but it's up to you as the consumer. I can't make you do anything. That's why we sell and service almost everything on the market. Literally almost every drinking water system. When it comes to the inexpensive GERO systems, you can sort of see this guy. It's cheap, right? It's about 180 bucks at the store, but take a look at it. It weighs almost nothing. There's virtually no filter material in here. It is lax. It makes only like 12 gallons of water or 10 gallons of water a day. It hits the right price point. It's not made in America. It's lacking on the certification that you'd want. By the way, it also comes with a low warranty as far as how long it lasts. It only comes with a 1-year warranty, but it hits a price point. These cheaper systems, I'm going to sort of categorize them all. I'm looking at, you know, Whirlpool, Pure Blue. We have a lot of other little ones that are inexpensive. You'll even find this traditional one that you'll find online, or a lot of independent dealers buy this. They are online. It's crazy. It's like, oh my God, online. There's so many guys who take this and they say that they're the manufacturer and it does this and that and this and that. And they're not a manufacturer. They're called what's called an OEM, which means they take the parts, they assembled it into a system, and they label it that it's their system. It's really not. I think APEC is a good example of that. They're really not a manufacturer, they're an OEM, and all they're doing is assembling this system. So when we're looking at cheap systems and high value systems, I just want to highlight that you have these inexpensive ones, and they hit a price point around $200. They will come with a 1-year warranty or 90-day warranty, and you usually have to change the filters every 3 months or every 9 months, or every 3 months, 6 months, or that's about it. So you have to realize, wait a second, wow, I mean, I have to change filters that often? Yeah, and by the way, it comes with a plastic faucet. It looks like it's steel, but it's just painted plastic. Now, what's great about this is it does have three lines going to the faucet, so it does have an air gap, which I think is very important. Most cheap systems don't have an air gap, but I am impressed with the system that actually offers the air gap. But it is plastic and they break. That's why it's a 1-year warranty. So I want to make sure that you understand what they're all doing is they're doing what's called a loss leader. Yes, loss leader. What that means is that it's a loss. They sell it close to their cost through a major retailer or an online store. They get it sold to you for $200 or $180 plus tax. Not installed, by the way. A good plumber is going to charge about $300 to $400 to install one. And it comes with that plastic faucet. And oh, by the way, it comes with a little 2-gallon holding tank. This has a little valve on the bottom of it that you add air to. So you can see that right there. The top half is water. There's a rubber bladder and then air. So these cheaper systems make 12 gallons of water a day, and it holds about a gallon of water. Now, I want you to understand this. A lot of customers tell us, oh my God, I can't stand this thing because I went to boil spaghetti. It didn't even have enough water for that. Then I went to go pour water for my family and I couldn't make any water. Yes, because it's 12 gallons a day, 24 hours in a day. That means it takes 2 hours to make a gallon of water. It only holds a gallon. So it's not a lot of water. Everyone complains about that facet. If it's just you living alone, maybe this system will work. If you have a family of 4, which is our average customer, by the way, we have about 15,000 to 20,000 customers in our database. So that's local through the Chicagoland and Florida area. And so we have a lot of experience in that. By the way, just to pause a little bit, Angel Water's been around for about 50 years. I've owned the company for about 15 years. So, and I came from the healthcare industry. So that's why I'm so passionate about the health and welfare of all of our customers. So when I go back to this cheap system, again, it's only a 1-gallon holding tank. So we have a lot of complaints from that. So any one of these cheaper systems that you see here, they all have that. Now, a real popular online company is APEC. We have had customers buy that and then ask us to install it. We want you to know it's pretty simple. This is what the system is. This is made, the housing itself is made in China or Taiwan. It's spin welded. We had floods with this that cost us over $30,000. And what we found was our hands are touching these filters, achoo, and we sneeze or we breathe. And when we take the chlorine out of water, there's nothing to kill that bacteria. So this is so critically important. We believe that actually these kind of designs are not healthy for you because they're not throwing out the whole cartridge. I do like this little design here where these cartridges actually can be thrown away and you replace it with a new one because you're not exposing your family to your own bacteria. So I can't tell you how many times we open these things up and we're like, oh my God, look at that grime, and then we have to clean it, get a scrub brush, add chlorine to it to kill the bacteria, and we're like, yuck. And when we had these floods, we decided we're gonna stop selling those. That was about 8 or 9 years ago. From that point forward, back then we did sell any of these models. These have become much more popular in the past 5 or 6 years. This was our standard, and it's still the standard online today. I wanna make sure it's clear that these housings used to be made in America. Now it's Taiwan or China. So anyone that's selling you one of these online is getting this housing from there. If they're assembling one and putting it together, they try to call themselves a manufacturer. Let's be real, they're not. They're not a manufacturer, they're just an assembler. They're assembling the parts and putting it together and selling it to you at $300 or $400. And you can say to yourself, is that what you want? Well, I mean, if that's what you want, okay. But we've got to remember, you want to sanitize this thing every single time you change the filters. And that's an important facet. So when we take a look at a little bit higher quality systems, because again, we have 2 different categories. The cheap systems that are really designed to be loss leaders. Again, why they loss leaders? Because they're going to make their money from you every single 3 months or every single year, 3 months or every single 6 months. So they're consistently making money from you, right? Now, if you go to a little higher quality system, Pentair has a system that's a little higher quality. You can find it at local dealers. These are water treatment professionals. It would be NSF 58 listed. They do have faucets, both air gap and non-air gap, so you got to check with your dealer to make sure you're getting the right one. And usually they cost us, I don't know, about $400. So a dealer might sell it to you for $900. Great product as far as being able to offer NSF 58 listing. Again, I would urge you to consider buying an NSF 58 listed reverse osmosis system. Let me explain to you really quick why that's so important. 58 means the manufacturer actually took out his wallet, paid National Sanitation Foundation, and said, please prove that our RO does everything that we say it's going to do. So they pay out hundreds of thousands of dollars to prove it. All the other guys that don't get NSF 58 listing, again, NSF 58, not 61 or 44, it's NSF 58. That proves that it's taken out the scary stuff in your water, a lot of the scary things. And so the cheap ones, they don't do that. They might say tested to NSF 58 listing. That means they paid some other water testing, some other testing company to do it, but they're not putting their money where their mouth is, trying to prove that they're actually doing a great job for you and your family. They're not sharing with you that they're truly concerned. So why would they go to someone cheaper? Are they really getting the good quality testing like they should? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Our opinion is no. Anyone that is going to be their worth of salt, they would actually pay National Sanitation Foundation for that listing. It's critical to understand that, because not only are they going to be addressing that, but the NSF 58 listing for some of the top-end manufacturers are proving that they're going to take out emerging contaminants. Let me make sure I address that. Emerging contaminants are the contaminants called PFOAs and PFOSs. These are forever chemicals. They are forever. They don't break down in our society, in our environment. So that means they're around forever. These are nasty things like Teflon and stuff that's gotten into our water supply. So it's important. Let's just take a look at Chicago, for instance. Chicago, 61 to 100% of their water tests show positive for these forever chemicals. So wouldn't you want a drinking water system that takes that out? What about one that's NSF certified and take out hexavalent chromium 6? I mean, my goodness. Aaron Brockovich has basically proven almost all of our water supply has hexavalent chromium 6. Yet our government standard says chromium 6 is actually healthy for the body. That's what they said in 1972, that actually your body converts it to chromium 3, which is healthy. It's now been proven that's not true. The EPA knows it, but has the EPA updated their standards? No, let me tell you, they haven't. Why? Because it would take Jardine water plant, which makes 1 billion gallons of water a day, they'd have to invest into a reverse osmosis system, like one of these, but big, all to be able to purify your water to get that out. They would have to do that to get out the emerging contaminants. So they can't. This is nationwide. They can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, let me make sure you understand something. To me, the government is bipolar. One hand, they tell you, you call them and they say, yeah, our water's great. It meets all the EPA standards. It's healthy for you and your family. Okay, well, they say that, but on their water report that they submit to you, they say it should not be drank by infants, elderly, or people who their immune system is severely depleted. They say check with your doctor. I did check with my father's doctor when he was sick, and guess what the doctor said? Nobody's ever asked me that. I don't know if your dad can drink the water or not. That's a good question. I mean, nobody's talking to each other. In addition to that, that's what the government says, it's healthy to drink, but yet President Obama did a study on cancer. When he did this study, it's a 600 or 500 page cancer report to determine what can Americans do to help prevent getting cancer. Now, would it surprise you that one of the top things is filter your own tap water? Yes, filter your own tap water. That's on the list. So if that's one of the top things that you can do as a human being living in America, well then why does the government say you should feel safe drinking the water? It's because they know that they just can't make it perfect, right? Jardine makes 1 billion gallons of water, 99.9% of it is used for industry, for flushing toilets and doing laundry and stuff. Less than 1% is actually drank, so they can't do that. So, and plus they have what's called water treatment plants. They treat the water, they don't filter it. It's called water treatment plants because they're treating it with chlorine. They're not filtering the water. So you have to remember that. So if they're not doing that, this is why so many people are so interested in reverse osmosis systems. Because they're like, okay, I got to look out for my family's well-being. In order to do that, they've read that reverse osmosis is the right thing. but they've read that, and you got other manufacturers, some manufacturers, taking advantage of that fact and selling these cheap things that are not certified. And by the way, right now we're going to sort of talk about another key thing. If you Google reverse osmosis, people say, oh, I don't know if I want that because it's dead water. We're going to address dead water right now. Dead water is considered water without minerals. Minerals your body needs. So a lot of online companies, a lot of online will tell you, don't drink dead water. So don't drink reverse osmosis. Well, the old ones, like this guy here, this antique down here, yes, they wasted a lot of water. 5, 6, 10 gallons of water for every gallon they make. Sometimes there's even 20 gallons of water for every gallon they made. Today's good ROs make 1 gallon of water for a half a gallon of wastewater. That's a real high quality one. Some of these other ones will do 1 gallon for, the cheap ones will do 1 gallon of purified water for 2 gallons of wastewater or 1 gallon of wastewater. So there is a difference here. The technology has gotten way better. But now we want to say to ourselves, okay, well, if it takes everything out of the water, you got to remember, we remove, with reverse osmosis, we remove everything off the water droplet. That includes the minerals. So a good quality water treatment company is going to add minerals back to the water for you. Or a good manufacturer will even do an alkaline filter in order to get you good, high quality water that's also now alkaline. So EcoWater is a great example. It's made in America. It's actually owned by Warren Buffett. This company actually makes a very high quality system that we love because, again, it's made in America and it's the only one, this is a secret, it's the only one that's BPA free. BPA means bisphenol A. Now that's why it's called BPA. Now BPA is why you cannot give anything that touches plastic like that to children, to pregnant women. You can't do that, or infants, right? You're not supposed to. That's why all those bottles are BPA free. Well, if you're going to be mixing formula with RO water, you can't use any of those guys. Can't use this guy. Can't use that guy because it's not BPA free. Now, BPA to me, if the infants shouldn't be drinking it, why would I want to drink it? So why wouldn't I want to buy a product that is certified for taking BPA out, or it doesn't have BPA in the manufacturing process? That's this company. This is an EcoWater ERO385. The 385 also is NSF certified to take out trihalomethanes. Real quick, none of the other ones are certified for that. Yet, it's the #1 chemical in everyone's water. Everyone that's on city water, the #1 byproduct from adding chlorine is trihalomethanes. EcoWater's 385 is certified to take that out. It's so important. It's like, hey, you come to me and you say, Andrew, I want healthy, clean water for my family. I'm going to go, okay, I can do that. And we're going to start looking at this. Then you're going to look at the price tag and people go, wait a second, I saw something like this at Home Depot for $200. Why is this one so much money? Well, let's go through that. This one is going to cost you that much. The filters get changed once a year. The membrane is every 3 to 5 years. Okay? The loss leader, every 3 months. Every year the membrane has to be changed. So you're looking at $45 plus the membrane once a year, $90. You have to change the filters every 3 months. It has a 1-year warranty. The EcoWater product that we sell comes with a 10-year warranty. Now, which one do you think the manufacturer backs? The things that have 1-year warranty, or something that comes with 5 or 10 years? So what basically happens is category A, it's cheap, not NSF certified, not BPA free, cheap plastic faucets, like I showed you here. They don't come with the stainless steel like this EcoWater. Is it brushed nickel, has an air gap so that we know that it's safe. By the way, the EcoWater RO comes with a 4-gallon holding tank. 2 of it is air, 2 of it is water. It makes 50 gallons of water a day, not 12. So if you use up 2 gallons of water, in 15 minutes you're going to have a quart. In a half hour you'll have a gallon of water. So this thing makes a lot more water a lot faster. And more importantly, it has been proven. It's been proven to be able to take care of those scary contaminants in the water. We've had very good success because you can see, you take out this big cartridge, actually this one's used, you can see the water spraying on there. This guy, you just simply change it, and look, there's no way for us to get bacteria in it. We do still sanitize them once a year. That's the service that we do in order to properly take care of the customer. So when we look at this, we want to make sure that you understand that if you were to buy one of these units from us, we'd have to come out 4 times a year. versus one of the higher quality units, it's once a year. Membrane is changed every 3 to 5 years. Membrane is almost every year. Loss leader, high value. You get to decide. What we did teach people is that these things can be easily removed from your house and taken to another home. Or you can sell it as a value-added option to your house, sort of like granite countertops. So a lot of customers will market this filtration system now as a high-end feature for the home because everyone is concerned about water. Heck, the number one growing market in water is alkaline water. EcoWater has an option for their system, first one on the market, to actually raise the pH of your water from usually after we purify it drops to 6.5. So from acidic level of 6.5, it actually raises it to 9.0. So it's literally amazing that you can get now a reverse osmosis system that now alkalines water. Yes, it makes alkaline RO water for a whole year. It's the first one of its kind. It's revolutionary. It has some other great features that we could talk about, like Wi-Fi and a bunch of other things. But the basic gist of this was to be able to show you guys that you have basically two options. Buy cheap and you lose, it's made in China, made in Korea, you lose NSF certification. You don't even know if it's gonna do the things that you want it to do, so you gotta do your homework. Or B, invest a little bit more money and you can get a Pentair system that's NSF 58 listed. Some other little things that are quirky about it, it is not certified for BPA free. Or you can step up to an EcoWater unit, which is NSF certified, made in America, and it has all that filtration that you're going to want for. Most importantly is that we do see that they're also taking out those emerging contaminants, which these guys are all like, well, nobody's asking about it yet. But I think it is something that you need to ask for. Is it going to be taken out with the system that you have? So today what I want to do is I want to basically go over this with you, help you understand all about reverse osmosis systems. It is a little complicated. Yes, there are some systems we did not include because they're not as popular as the ones we just talked about. If you have any questions, please give me a call, 847-382-7800. I'm Drew. You can also please, if you've enjoyed this video, please click like, please share it with your friends and family. Please subscribe to our channel. This way Google gets to find us out a little bit more. And or you can visit us on the web at angelwater.com. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, we've had great customers from California to Florida to Maine that have emailed me or called me and asked for favors, and we just share with them different things that they can do. We've helped them analyze which dealer they should maybe buy from in their particular area. We're happy to help you out if we can do that. Please give us a call at any time. Again, I'm Drew.